Welcome back to Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game on Game Night. I'm your host, Tanner, and joining me is Ezra, Peyton, and Lindy, and we are picking up where we left off with Operation Brush Off. I forgot what the name of this toothbrush villain was called.
Brush on.
No, it was the Molar Knight? No, that...
That's kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Oh, Molar Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait, no, Brace Face. That was it.
Oh, yeah, because he had the headgear thing.
Yeah, I think that was his name, Brace Face.
Yeah,
I'm so glad headgear's not a thing anymore.
yeah.
Like, unless it's like a serious case of whatever.
I think, yeah, I don't...
Kids Next Door.
Okay, so my question is, so, like, I had braces,
I did too.
right?
Okay.
Tanner had braces.
Yes, twice. Yeah.
I had the palate spacer. That thing was miserable.
I had that one on the bottom.
I had jaw surgery.
That's true. Yeah,
Well, see, but that's
miserable.
that's what I'm trying to get at is like, okay, so 2 years, you slap that on there, it adjusts your teeth slowly. Can't you just go in, have surgery, move them manually, slap them back in 6 weeks later, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, you got your freaking straight teeth.
Well, no, because they're just gonna slide back into their old grooves if you do that.
Yeah, because like when you remove your braces, that doesn't happen anyway.
It does. That's why you have a retainer. But I never did
so
that.
you get the surgery, you slap the retainer in, teeth are straight.
True, but don't you think in the recovery time where you can't bite down on the retainer, they would slide over? Where
No, because
not...
it would be like it'd be like you have you would have braces on after the surgery, short term. But I'm talking like I had mine on for like 2 years.
Do you remember how long I had mine?
I don't even remember you having them.
Probably like 2-3 years, probably.
Yeah, it's a long freaking time to have braces.
Did I ever see you?
Yeah, because it was 7th and 8th grade.
Oh, wait, so the light's bad for the bugs, apparently.
I have
It's a bug zapper.
pictures of me in 8th grade without braces.
I don't remember when it was. I know it wasn't 6th grade because I know I didn't have braces in 6th.
Whoop.
Because you don't start going to the orthodontist until you're at least like 12, I think.
Yeah, I didn't get mine until I was like 14.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I had.
Yeah, but I think I take that back because I think I did get mine when I was around 14 or 15.
Yeah. Like I was already a teenager when I got them. I got them off for my junior year.
I think
shortly before my junior year.
I think I may have scrubbed the internet of my braces phase, so that's probably why we don't have any pictures of it.
Yeah, internet wasn't around when I had mine, so like it was all right.
See, this is 8th grade. You didn't have them in this picture.
So it'd have
I was
to be
in
7th.
math class. I think you probably did in 7th.
But I had them on for a few years. That's weird.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because this picture is from math class.
I'll see if I have them in my archived old posts.
Be careful who you call ugly in middle school.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, dude, I had a bowl cut in middle school, bro. Like, yeah, like, definitely there. Like, if I kept my bowl cut so long that God decided to curse me and say, you know what, you don't get hair anymore. It's exactly what happened.
I hate this face so much. We were so cringy.
That's how that works.
You're what?
Cringy.
You were cringy. You were an F-boy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I bet your mom has...
Well, your rescue attempt is charming.
I bet you'd be able to tell you when you have... Because, like, if you didn't have them in high school...
I didn't have them in high school.
So you were... Yeah, so probably, like, middle school. Maybe, like, later elementary if you lost all your teeth already. I think that was kind of the rule. Like, you had to have lost your teeth, all your baby teeth.
I think so, too. So it had
like,
to have been somewhere in 7th grade. Mm-hmm. And I had them on for 2 years. I know that I had them on for over a year.
Yeah, I had mine there.
Was there any others?
Yo, my orthodontist was mean. So, like, kind of a funny story, right? So I had the same orthodontist as your mom, Jenny, Sarah, like all of them had, like, the same orthodontist, and I had the same guy. Mm-hmm. So, like, when got them done, I was supposed to be wearing these rubber bands to, like, move my teeth and stuff.
I hated the bands,
and I never wore them.
Same.
So, I went back to the orthodontist, and he's like, have you been wearing rubber bands? And I'm like, I haven't. Like, I just haven't been doing it. He's like, okay. He's like, you can wear the rubber bands or we're going to have to do this the hard way. And I was like, well, what's the hard way? He's like, well, he said, he's like, I move them manually.
Oh.
That's what he told me. And I'm like, so, like, would that be easier?
The tightenings, dude, were the worst.
Well, he told me, he's like, I've never felt this before in my life. He's like, it's a lot easier, but it really, really hurts. And I'm like, well, I'm not good about wearing the rubber band, so
let's do it.
Let's do it. So he goes in, and I kid you not, so he gets this wire, right?
Yep.
Wraps it around his hands, goes into my braces, wraps it around where it was, and pulls like this. And I felt my teeth move. I felt my teeth move, and I'm sitting there, like, I think I was like 15. I'm just like
white knuckling.
Just white knuckling it. And he said that he was like, I bet you wish you wore your rubber bands now. And I'm sitting there crying. And the thing just like tears just like running. So I was like, like that. Like, it was killer.
Why do orthodontists and dentists try to have a conversation with you when they're all up in your mouth? They're like, how's your day going? You're like,
you don't say. So how's that going for you? Oh, yeah, that's really sorry that your mom got cancer.
Exactly. Like,
it's like talking to a toddler.
Exactly. But I didn't have to wear rubber bands though. So
I tried to wear them.
I had to wear rubber bands for actually no, even after actually it might have been before and after my jaw surgery. I had to wear bands, I think.
See, I sucked at putting them in. I sucked at keeping them on. So like I was okay with my orthodontist moving my teeth manually. It hurt, but it was like I had like 3 or 4 days where my mouth just felt like I got punched in the teeth. But after that, I felt fine.
Yeah, they like the tightenings, because mine, he had like a special thing that he would just crank them down and adjust them.
Oh, like in the back?
I think so. I had
the spacer thing here. I got my key stuck in it at scout camp.
You got a key stuck in your spacer?
Yeah, dude. It was stuck in there. So that was like a very eventful scout camp. So like I was like right towards the end that I had braces too. I was like 15, I think, maybe. I may have been 16 already. No, I wasn't 16 yet.
You had the spacer and braces at the same time? Holy crap, that's like 5 pounds of metal right in your face.
Oh yeah. And then like, so like, I still remember we were up at it was East Fork of the Bear River, and it was a summer camp, and so it's like pouring rain, so we're all like chilling in the tent, like just staying dry or whatever, and we'd left the bag of like candy and like munchies in the freaking van. So rock paper scissors, I lost to go out and get it from the van. So I go out and I'm just like running towards the van, right, and I honestly think I got knocked out. So I'm booking it, and I remember I looked down, and I saw this stump. I was like, oh, I don't want to trip on that. And I look up, and we built this like giant lashing project with this freaking like guideline going down with no flags on it. And I go, and it clotheslines me right here, like goes from here up. My nose is bleeding, right? So I hit. And then the next thing you know, like I don't remember hitting the ground. I don't remember anything. I just remember like waking up and there being like water and blood in my face. And I'm like laying down looking up at these pine trees. I'm like, oh, like all wrecked.
Like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Well, so I get up, kind of spit it out of my mouth. I go over to the van. I'm on a quest. I get the candy and the munchies and stuff, put in there. I go tell my scoutmaster. I'm like, yo, I got wrecked. And like, so what happened was I got hit so hard that like my braces got knocked off. The brackets that were attached to my teeth got knocked off. 2 of them did.
Wow.
And then my nose was bleeding. It wasn't broken again.
So bad.
It was my nose was okay. But like, so I go, and my scoutmaster's wife, she'd been a dental assistant. And so she was like, you know what? Short-term stuff, you can use super glue. So I'm like, okay. So they put me up. My scoutmaster's got one of those like those lawn chairs like that, like we have out by the pool. So I just like lean back in that, and she like dries my tooth off and like sticks my bracket back on with super glue.
That's crazy.
Super glues it to my face, so I didn't have to go back and do it. And then it like my lip got all torn up on the inside too, because where it had hit. But Yeah, and then I got my key stuck in there while I was trying to do it. And I had to like go look in a mirror to like kind of get it because I put it in too far. Like it's got that like the one I had just kind of came down in a straight line. That it had a weird little kind of S bend and it went down. I went past the S bend somehow, and it got stuck in there. And it was like super early when I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking stuck because I had to do 2 clicks a day.
Wow, that's a lot.
Was what I had to do. Just click, take it out, put it back in, click.
The worst part, because I had mine on the top, the worst part was eating, dude. Like, the food would get up and under, like, in between the roof of my mouth, so I'm sitting there like, just trying to hawk it up, but it's just getting stuck against the spacer, and it was miserable.
I was lucky. Mine was on the bottom.
Yep.
Like here, so I didn't have to deal with that.
So it was under your tongue?
Yeah. All right, here.
Oh, okay. And that one's a lot. I feel like that would be a lot smaller.
It was.
Mine was huge.
It was. Yeah, mine wasn't like as beefy. Like it had all the mechanics, but like since it's such a smaller, like your top jaw is like typically like wider than your bottom one. So I was lucky. But I've never worn a retainer either.
I have a permanent one, and I don't notice it.
I got them on both now. Well, so like I got the one on the bottom right after I got my braces off. And
I have permanent retainers and plastic ones.
Really?
Well. Yeah.
I have plastic ones. They've never touched my teeth ever, unfortunately.
I never wore my plastic one, and I went back for a checkup with my orthodontist, and I'm like, look, I hate the way that thing feels in my mouth. I hate wearing it, so I'm not gonna wear it. And we because he had already put the bottom one in, and I was like, hey, can you put one on the top? And by this time, I was like almost 17, I think, and he was like, yeah, it's like $50. I'll put it in there for you. And I'm like, I was sitting there like I had my mouth, I was like filled like that. So he did it. I went to the bank, got $50. Like, here you go, doc. Take care of that.
Oh, what happened to my other Fireflies?
But I don't know. I've been lucky. My teeth haven't moved much.
Me too.
When I was little though, like they were pretty wrecked. Like I had to have a whole bunch of them pulled on the bottom because there were too many of them growing in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then Zeke knocked out my 2 front ones, and they went through my lip.
Oh, dude, I was about to say, the worst part about braces is sports or, like, contact in the mouth. And, like, so it leaves an imprint on your face.
Yeah.
Your braces get stuck around your teeth because you got hit so freaking hard.
I got in a fight with mine, and the kid kneed me in the face. Got me right here. And they, like, got stuck. So, like after the fight was over, I remember getting in my buddy's car, and I'm like, there we are.
Yeah.
They were like stuck to them.
Yeah.
I pulled them out, but I won.
My friend, he's my age, and his brother is like 2 or 3. No, he's Eli's age, so is Eli 3 years older than me?
Eli was born in like 2000, I think.
So yeah, 2 years. Like, when's Eli's birthday?
Like September, I think.
Come on, go.
Anyway, his brother is the same age as Eli. And for some reason, we thought it was a good idea to play the Oklahoma drill without pads on. And his brother, big guy, and I took his shoulder right in the mouth, and I had to literally just peel my lips. Yep. But ouch. I'd rather get hit in the mouth than the nose, dude. Getting rocked in the nose. I've never had a bloody nose. Like even.
You've never had a bloody nose?
No.
That blows my freaking mind, dude.
We were at softball. Her and her friend were practicing because it was like one of their last seasons playing. And were you pitching or was Cammy pitching?
I was pitching and she was batting.
Okay, so they're like, put a helmet on. You're catching. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. Next play.
Famous last words.
Yep, exactly. I'll be fine. She takes the softball and I'm like 3 inches away from her and it just right in the mouth. Like, same thing without braces. My lip wrapped around my teeth.
Ow.
I felt like I got hit by a flashbang in Call of Duty because ringing. Yeah. All I could see was white, and I just started walking because I couldn't feel the fence, and I was like, just walking.
See, I think I've said this before. Mine, like when I get hit hard, like it makes like that kind of weird sound inside of my head.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. I was blessed with my dad's nose, and he doesn't get bloody noses.
Yeah, I've gotten like I would get bloody nose because my nose would be dry. But worst one was when it got the second time Zeke broke it. Yeah. I've never had a bloody nose like that where it was immediate. Like he hit it and it like exploded downwards.
It's like, so bad.
I just remember seeing the just the blood just go there.
Like a can of spray paint.
Pretty much.
Face.
Like it was basically like just 2 lines, and it was just like all down my shirt.
I'm very lucky to never have had a bloody nose from like dryness, anything getting smashed in the nose. Like even in rugby, I've been drilled in the nose so many times.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like you think? Because I had a couple bloody noses from football where like, you know, things are going, hand ends up in here, or like even a cleat like ends up in your face.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest times I got hit in the nose too. It was a rugby game. I was chasing the guy down, and I like slapped his leg so he trips himself because I couldn't tackle him. Yeah. But his foot came back farther and just drilled me right in the nose, and it stung. Like it rings your bell, but no blood, nothing.
Dang. That would suck if you were a wrestler, man, because that's kind of a strategy that you use to get blood time.
Really?
Yeah, give yourself a bloody nose. If you're getting beat, well, if you're getting beat, you kind of roll your face across the mat, and it'll give you a bloody nose, and the ref gives you blood time, so you can catch your breath a little bit.
Well, they do that for rugby too. If anybody's bleeding, automatic, they take them out immediately. That's the only time they stop a rugby game is for blood. Yep.
Well, but then they put it like you throw a tampon up there and you go back in.
Well, so funny. That's the other guy just pulls it.
That's kind of funny. Well, no, like because in wrestling, if it does fall out, you have to stop and do the blood time, but you only have a certain amount. If you run out of blood time, How much
are you allotted blood time?
I think it's only like maybe 2 minutes.
That's a long time. I
Total.
feel. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you
let's say you take 30 seconds.
You have a minute and 30 seconds left.
Yep, that's it for the rest of the match. And you can be penalized, so that could be a bad thing because then let's say it falls out and it continues to bleed.
That's true.
And you run out of blood time.
That's very true.
You lose automatically. It's counted as a forfeit. So like, for me, I would always cause blood time instead of like
on yourself or others.
No, others. So I would just crossface. So like
you jerk.
As you're reaching across, right? You drop a finger. You can just kind of roll as you're going across. You roll it, and it'll kind of like rupture the stuff up higher, and then it'll give a bloody nose. And then because then like I still like I would still get blood time myself
because they can't make you just sit there and do push-ups or something.
Right, exactly. So I get I could get a breather at the same time.
That's cool.
So like it wasn't a so it was a interesting strategy because you could like for example if they were watch your step.
This thing's twice as old as you.
If there were like if you knew a guy that had during a tournament, if you saw a guy that had a bloody nose in the previous match, that was ideal because you could just go in, wreck his nose, and continue to wreck his nose. 2 minutes goes by quick.
Oh, definitely.
Because you've got 3 between 2 and 4 minute rounds, right? So you've got that much time. That's a good chunk of time that you can give him a bloody nose. I mean, if you give him a bloody nose for 45 seconds in each round, you got a chance of like making him lose by default.
True.
So if you're like tired, or if you're kind of like if you can't really execute your original strategy, it's a good way to. I mean, it's kind of scuzzy to do it that way, but you know, it like gets the job done.
Yeah, you got to exploit their weaknesses.
Yeah, I never used it to that extent. I would just use it to get a breather. I never won by someone else getting too much blood time. So
that's good at least.
But the dang, that still blows my blows my mind though. Like with all the sports and stuff, that like never ever.
Like church ball. Just kidding.
Well, yeah, that alone, like
elbows fly, man.
Yeah, just by showing up.
But I've never been in a fight. Never had anything like that happen. Yep, no bloody nose. Like
I have an older brother who might be able to solve your problem.
I don't want to. I've eaten a basketball court before, so I don't. I think.
You mean you've eaten some concrete?
I've done that too, but with the back of my head, not the fucking front of it. That was my first concussion, and that was a real treat. That was when we lived in the motel basement.
My Firefly
You get the
completely
like metallic taste in your mouth kind of thing.
I didn't get that when I got my concussion.
No?
I think that's called internal bleeding, Ezra. I don't think you're supposed to get a metallic taste.
That may be the case. Nah. Like, it's, yeah.
Is this where we left off last time because you were getting frustrated? This looks very
well, I mean,
familiar.
yeah, we fought Count Spankula here.
Oh, okay.
So I think there's like a few instances in this game where you revisit places in later levels.
Cool.
They're kind of a similar location. Their animation budget, they just didn't want to like create a whole new level. So like, you know
Animation
what?
budget. I'm more concerned about their camera budget.
Yeah.
The camera is not that great to control.
No clip. Other than that, can you follow the map or will we die?
I'm not gonna do that.
Probably die.
Yes. We have a flying cape.
32.
Oh yeah, I have to bring all the fireflies to the jars in the center of the clock tower.
Nice.
Whoa!
Made it. Speaking of those braces, I'm glad I never had to have headgear.
Yeah.
Zeke had to have internal headgear.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had like these hinges
Uh-huh.
that were like in it, like it almost looked like hydraulics.
That's
Like
so...
like
oh, I've seen those
inside.
before.
They were like
gonna look.
like that.
Did my mom have headgear?
Oh yeah, I think she did, and I think Sarah did too.
I think everyone in my family has had like headgear. besides
No.
me.
What? No, I don't think you know what
'Cause-
headgear is.
Like staple.
No, nothing not like that. No,
Like braces
Like
attached to your
braces.
face.
Yeah.
I look
Oh.
up internal
Literally.
headgear and a freaking Ant-Man Lego helmet comes up.
huh?
Braces headgear from 1980. Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, yeah, that's the outside one.
Yeah.
I think that's the one your mom, because like the wires would come out of your mouth and then they would attach. Yeah,
like
and,
wrap around your
yeah.
head.
Like I think that's just like for your jaw itself.
Yeah.
Like I said, Zeke had to have the internal one, but what was cool with his is like
Is it this? Like it's really small?
yes. So like he would open his mouth and like obviously the pin would like stay in there, but he could open it far enough
I
that
could
it would
get-
like flop
oh.
out and he could just kind
Oh,
of
you
like
could
let
more
him just
than-
hang in there.
That's funny.
Well, like he could do that because he hated those, and I don't blame him. Like, it just sounds miserable.
Oh, so he had like a really... Oh no, I was about to say this. That's not overbite.
Is it braces like
It may have been to fix an overbite.
Like to pull it back. Like
I think
I
so.
see what,
I
I
think
see
that's
what its
what he-
function is.
He could probably tell you better than I could, but that's just what I remember from when we were kids. Because I think both of us got our braces when we were like 14 or almost 14. Like that was kind of around the time that we both had gotten them, got them, whatever the proper English is for that. But I know with his, I think he had to fix an overbite.
Nice. My buddy just posted on his story saying poor sales bro forgot his sign. And it's a Vivid sign sitting on his counter, and that makes me happy.
See, like, I don't know. I visited with one of my coworkers the other day, or my ex-coworkers the other day. He says things haven't gotten better.
That's so good.
Yeah. Well, he's just there. He's just there because he like has to. He's got other businesses going on that make him like more money than that, but he needs the proof of income for a house that he just bought.
Oh, nice.
So he's like, once all that's done, then he's out.
Good for him, though.
But he, yeah, my other friend is like, yeah, it really hasn't gotten better. He's the one. He's in the Marines. He's a reservist right now. But he's like, yeah, not really. He's like, I'm thinking about going active duty instead.
That's that bad?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, but his unit's just gonna be deploying to Japan. So
No, it's not too bad.
the way he puts it, he's like, I'm gonna deploy to Japanistan.
Japanistan.